I had a very, very, very dirty mind. That's right. If you're watching this, you've probably got a dirty mind as well. And what I mean by that is this. Scott Harris here, your ultimate coach and the founder of Coaching for Everyone. And if you're interested in wealth creation, if you're interested in making more money or expanding your business or just having a better quality life, we should chat. I've had the unique privilege of working with and learning from some of the world's greatest teachers. And I want to share with you a quick story and then maybe give you some coaching today on what changed the whole game for me personally around wealth creation. What took me from a kid from Frankston who was asked to leave high school to someone who could create a multi-million-dollar income pretty easily working from home. And I remember very specifically when this journey started. I was backstage at a seminar and I had somebody that you would know, a man named Tony Robbins, say something to me that I'd heard before. And he said to me, Scotty, he said, money's made in the mind. And I was like, wow, I heard that before. In fact, when I say that, I still get goosebumps because it was a transformational moment for me. And the reason it was such a wow for me was that only a short time beforehand, a man named Sir Richard Branson, who I've been blessed to meet a number of times with and go on holidays with his family and so forth, said to me the same thing. He said, Scotty, money's made in the mind. And I was like, wow. And before that, a man named Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote that incredible book and the whole series called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, who, again, I'm lucky enough to have met a number of times and worked with, told me the same thing. I was like, I've seen the pattern here. These incredibly rich, successful people all had a belief that money was made in the mind. And I can tell you, the third time I heard it, I was excited because I was like, well, that's great news because I've got a mind. I was like, well, there must be some bad news because I don't have any money and I was not making a lot of money at that stage of my life. And then I realized the reason I didn't have a lot of money was not because I didn't have the right strategy or the right vehicle or knew some secret way to invest in real estate that nobody else knew or knew some special way to do something cool online with funnels and leads and landing pages. It's because I had a dirty mind. And it's not what you're thinking. It's because I had a dirty mind around this thing called money, and I'd learned from my well-meaning dads, and I had 3 of them before I was 10, that what you're supposed to do is get a good education, you're supposed to go get a good job, and you're supposed to go work hard. And I learned those things, so I did all those things. And then I got the evolved version and went and got my own business and worked even harder. And nobody ever taught me that what I was meant to do was create a different story around this thing called money. What I was supposed to do was create a new mindset around this thing called wealth creation and what it means to me and how it serves me and how it's a spiritual game. So I'm here to coach you and say, if you're not making the money you want to be making right now, there might be some strategy challenges. You might need some support on that, on your marketing, on your sales, on your content, on your product creation. You may. Well, I'm telling you, from my own personal experience and from the thousands of people I've coached on this, the place that I would start is recognizing or looking around to see if you have a dirty mind like I did. And it was dirty. It was cluttered with old stories and old limiting beliefs. I mean, think about it yourself. How many have heard that nonsense from your mom and dad or your parents or your grandparents that says, well, money doesn't grow on trees, or we're not made of money, or money's not that important, or there's things in life more important than money. And I heard all those things growing up, and they sort of were sticking around inside me. And if you've ever heard that metaphor of you can't pour new wine into an old bottle, you got to clean the bottle out first. You could be reading all the books you want on wealth creation and all the Think and Grow Rich books you want and all the strategy books from the great teachers today that you want. But if you haven't cleaned out that bottle, if you haven't got rid of that dirty mind, you're going to be in big trouble. So here's my coaching, because I'm a coach. Literally ask yourself right now, is there anything hanging around that's getting in the way? Do I have a dirty mind in any way, shape, or form? And is it time for me to create a new story? If it's time for you to create a new story, just write hell yes or heck yes in the comments page, and let's you and I go on a journey of helping you create a new money story, a new, fresh, clean, dynamic, excited, abundant mindset that's going to allow you to create the wealth that you want. And if you know somebody that also wants to have more wealth and money and choices in their life, maybe tag them, and all of us together can go on this journey of creating the life that we not just desire, but the life that I truly believe, as your ultimate coach, that we all deserve. This is Scott Harris saying live deliberately. Look forward to your comments. Bye for now.